Hi, a super early Happy Hustle show tonight because I have been delivering training at my dining table right here from 9:30 this morning. I've literally just finished and my voice is probably close to about to give up. So I didn't want to give it the opportunity to do so. I thought that I would come straight on and do the Happy Hustle show now. So for those of you watching on replay, which will be most people at the moment, welcome along. Tonight I want to share a top tip with you around the things that you are telling yourself that get in the way of progressing your side hustle or making it successful. So I did a post in my free membership group. If you're not in it, it's called Happy Side Hustlers, a Facebook group. And in there are a number of people that have either come into my world through the 5-day challenges that I run, or are friends of people like that, or people who are setting up their own small side hustles, or could be big side hustles. And they are in there supporting each other and sharing information. So it's a brilliant group. But one of the posts that I did in the group last week was, what if you were to wave a magic wand and take something away from your side hustle, one of the challenges that you've got, what would it be? What would you outsource to somebody else? And there was a range of replies. There was an awful lot around marketing. There was quite a lot around accounts, around packaging. So a plethora of answers. But an awful lot of the answers I noticed were about people saying, I just can't do this bit. So I just can't do the marketing. I can't, I just don't get on with accounts. Accounts are really bad. There's no way I can't do that bit. And when you're telling yourself that you can't do something, the whole universe and your own human beingness is conspiring to make you right. So when we announce something as a human being, we have this overarching desire to be right. So when hi Marina, hi Joe. Yeah, I know I didn't expect to be doing it now. My voice is going, Marina, so I feel like I want to get it in case it goes any further, because I've just literally been talking all day. So yeah, once we announce something, we have an overwhelming desire to be right. So if we are constantly saying out loud, or in Facebook posts, or anywhere, saying to family, I can't do this, or this bit is just so hard for me, then we are creating limitations for ourselves. Now, I'm not suggesting that you won't find some things easier and some things harder within having a side business. Of course you will. But I think we all have to be really careful of the language that we use. And one technique that I learned a few years ago now, which I find has really helped hi Angela, has really helped my problem solving, I guess, is probably the best way of putting it, is when I hear myself saying, this is getting in the way, so I don't have enough time. So for example, so rewind. Today, I have just started the promotion for my next free 5-day challenge, lots of lemon, honey, and vodka. That sounds good, Marina. That sounds good. So today I've launched the promotion for my next 5-day challenge, which is at the end of this month. And all of you who are on here live have been through a 5-day challenge that I've run in the past. And one of the obstacles that I find that people come up with a lot here is, well, I'd love to do a 5-day challenge like that. I'd love to find the side hustle that brings me joy, but I don't have time. And I do get that, because people are busy. And until you actually know what you're going to get out of a challenge like that, what you're really saying is, I don't think I can find the time to do it, because I'm not completely convinced that it's going to be worthwhile. It's going to be worth my time. That's really what people are saying out loud. And I understand if they don't know me and they haven't been through the challenge before, like, I totally get that. I see people promoting stuff all the time and I go, I'd love to do that, but actually I'm quite busy. So I use that as well. But where I find something that I really want to do, and I find myself coming up with something that's getting in the way. So I'd really, really love to be able to pay for my son's accommodation when hopefully he goes off to uni next year without really worrying about it, without him having to maximize his student loan, etc. I'd really love to be able to do that just out of cash flow without it really impacting on my life. That's what I would really love to do. So what's getting in the way of that? Like, why am I thinking that I might not necessarily, hi Kirsten, that I might not necessarily be able to do that by next summer? Like, why am I thinking this? And this has been kind of going around in my head. I'm doing a bit of business planning for next year. And the truth is that there's nothing getting in my way apart from me. So when I go, I would love to do that, but I don't have time. Well, I do have time, don't I? Because I can find the time to watch Love Island USA. I can find that time. And normally I'm doing something else while I'm watching it, but I can find that time. I can find the time to listen to podcasts that light me up. Like, I can find that time. I can find the time to, I was going to say clean the kitchen, but you all know that I can't really find the time to do that. That's not convincing anybody. But there's plenty of things that I can find the time to do. So I do have time. We've all got time. It's just what we choose to do with that time. So when you think of, and I'm not suggesting what I'm thinking, Angela, more of a Bailey's would be better because my throat's feeling a bit icky. And I've got a full week of training to do. I think I think my throat's really feeling a bit sorry for itself because it knows it has exactly the same 9:30 to 4:30, like incessant talking tomorrow as well. Anyway, so whenever things come up, so whenever I'm saying, I would love to do that, and I can hear in my head, I'm going, but what I have learned to do is instead of saying, I can't do that, or this is what's getting in the way, I've learned to flip it. So now I turn that into, hi Kay, thanks for joining us. I turn that into, I wonder how I could. If you put the phrase, I wonder how I could, in front of anything, it just completely changes the energy. So I go, well, I would love to be able to, launch enhance the program that I offer. I'd love to be able to maybe launch a standalone course to help people grow their side hustles. I'd love to maybe a separate community where we work on growth and marketing and stuff that's completely separate from the stuff that we do in the Hive. I've got all these ideas, and it keeps coming back to, okay, well, I hear myself going in my head, yeah, but you don't have time to do that. But I do, don't I? I absolutely do have time to do that. I'm just not prioritizing it. I am doing a bit of faffing about. I'm doing a bit of procrastinating, and I'm doing a little bit too much self-care. So tonight I'm going, I've had a hard day today. I've been talked a lot. I just want to have my dinner, and I probably want to curl up on the couch and I want to watch Love Island USA. Is that a good use of my time? I do need the self-care bit, absolutely. But I don't need to do it all night, and I don't need to watch Love Island USA. There's plenty of other things that I could be doing instead. I probably will do that. I'm not saying you should never do that. But the point is, when I'm telling myself this kind of pervasive statement that goes, well, I would do that, but I can't because, it's usually not true. And if you turn that into, I wonder how I could. I wonder how I could find a way to do that. So, I would like to, I would like to have a challenge next year where I bring people into my world, because that's the purpose of the challenge. I want people to find their joyful side hustle. I want that joy to ripple out to the world. I also hope that some of those people are going to continue to work with me, which has always been the case so far, and it's brilliant. Hi, Claire. But I usually get about 400 to 500 people on a challenge, which is incredible. But I would love to have like 1,000 people, or I've seen people doing challenges that have 7,000 people on them. Like that's just, that's nearly, for me, that's nearly like hard to comprehend. Like it's such a big jump. And I think, but I wouldn't be able to give the personal attention and blah, 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 but there would be a way to do it. That's where my lovely ambassadors and everything come in. Hi, Naomi. I'm so glad everybody can come and join me. I know this is just a totally weird time for me to be going live. So it's so powerful. And even in my energy, when I go, oh, I don't think I could ever have a challenge where I have 1,000 people. If I say that, it just makes me go, yeah, okay, so I need to stay small-ish. I need to make sure that, because 500 is plenty, and I want to make sure that I service those 500 people. If I go, I wonder how I could have a challenge that has 1,000 people in it. Like, I can just feel my energy changing. Just that flipping the script. So the script is, I can't, and the flip is, I wonder how I could. Such a simple technique, but completely changes the energy and completely changes your reticular activating system, which I talk about a lot. So if you haven't heard me talk about it before, your reticular activating system is the part of your brain that looks out for things that are familiar to you and things that are important to focus on. So a bit of a long story, but I have just got a new car. And I got, well, yeah, I'll maybe tell you about it another time, but my voice isn't going to hold up. But anyway, I've just got a new car, and it's going to be delivered probably at the end of the week. And this time last week, I wasn't looking for a new car. So my reticular activating system was not clocking the cars on the road. This week, well, since Thursday of last week, so it's only been a few days, my reticular activating system is on overdrive going, oh, look at that car, look at that color. Oh, what's that car like? What? Oh, look at the roof on that. I really like that. Because I know that that's something that's important to me, and that's what I'm going to focus on. So I start seeing a whole lot of things that are going to support my decision on what new car to get. So I can see that there's lots of options, lots of opportunities out there to buy a car that I didn't notice a week ago. Your reticular activating system is incredible when you tie it up with this flipping the script. So if you say, I don't know, there's no way I'll ever be able to get 1,000 people in my challenge, then that's it. It's a block. Like, the universe isn't going, I'm going to help you. But if you say, I wonder how I could get 1,000 people in a challenge next year, or my next challenge, all of a sudden, your reticular activation system kicks in, and you start to notice different marketing things that you maybe hadn't occurred to you before. You start to see other people doing things in a way that you think, oh, I could do some sort of version of that. I could take some lessons from that. So the point today is, well, there's in fact 2 points, because it's just occurred to me while I'm talking to you that I have just launched my next 5-day challenge. It starts 2 weeks today. I know everybody on this live has been through it. And if you find value in it, one, I would love you to come through it again if that was useful to you. But secondly, if you were at all guided to share my challenge, I'll go into this Facebook post, and I'll put the link for the challenge in when I finish. If you were at all kind of pulled to share that with your friends and family, and just say, that you did it before, and if you felt that you got some value for it, I would be so super grateful, because the only people I want in the challenge are people like you. And the reason for that is that when you saw the power of whatever challenge you were in, when you get like-minded women who all feel are all in the same journey, they're all positive, they're all supportive, there's just a magic. And I've been going through the testimonials and using them in the kind of the social media posts that I'm going to be putting out over the next couple of weeks, marketing it. And some of the things that people have said have been incredible. And it's my favorite. So I do it once every 8 weeks, and it's my favorite week of the 2-month period, because not only do I get to hang about with you guys, because a lot of you come back, and a lot of you are already in the hive, so I'm seeing you all the time anyway. But I just know there's an amazing group of women out there who haven't yet found me, but more importantly, each other. and most importantly, their gift that they can bring to the world. Hi, Michelle. So if you felt in any way guided to share that on social media, I would be so super grateful. So there's a way that I could get more people into the challenge. But the main point of this is I want you to think about what is holding you back in your side hustle. What is holding you back? What is the thing that goes, well, it would be really successful, but what is it? Like, how are you finishing that statement? And then I want you to just take that statement and flip it. So instead of saying, I would be really successful, but I don't have enough time, I want you to say, or whatever your answer is, I want you to say, I would be really successful with my side hustle. I wonder how I could find more time. I wonder how I could market it better. I wonder how I could find someone to help me with my accounts. Find an easy way to do them. Whatever your block is, move it from when you say it to yourself, I can't, or this is what's holding me back. I want you to change it to, I wonder how I could. There is such a power to words. There is such an energy to words. And you all know why you jumped in to launch your side hustle, because you want to create your pot of money for something that brings you even more joy. There cannot be enough joy in the world. There is such a power in a group of women that are bringing in their own money. There's nothing wrong with money. There's nothing wrong with wanting to be wealthy. Imagine if it was a group of women like us that were controlling the money in the world. Imagine how much better place the world would be. A lesson taken directly from Denise Duffield Thomas in her amazing book, Chillpreneur. Flip the script, whatever's blocking you. I want you to change the sentence to, I wonder how I could. And let me know underneath this video how you get on with that. Thank you for bearing with me with my squeaky voice today. I will be back on Thursday and I will see you then. Take care, everybody. Bye.